Hello, hello. Okay. Let's do it. It's Friday. Get a quick practice in before the weekend. And we'll get on with our day. Hope everyone's doing good. Okay, so we're going to do basically two poses today. The same pose, one from the front and one from the back, although we are starting with the back pose. I think it'll be a good exercise and be good for me too. So yeah, let's get cracking. Thank you, appreciate that. Okay, there's our pose. I think it's going to be about 20 minutes. It might be a little under, might be a little over. Let's have a look. I think the second pose might be it's slower. It's a bit more complex from the front. But let's start the timer and let's get going. Okay. I'm going to focus primarily on what's going on with the torso. So that's going to take up most real estate. Let's find the spine is going roughly in here. And then we've got this leg is kind of pushing out this way. Something like that. But get us in the ballpark. Can't see the occipital ridge, but we know it's going to be about there. It's interesting, on this side of the form, you can kind of see the perimeter of where his rib cage is. Obviously, he's quite muscular, so you know, there's a lot of layers going on, but the upper torso is moving roughly in that direction. And then the sacrum is about here. Obviously it's obscured from view, but iliac crest. Something like that. You know, kind of very faintly see where the gluteus maximus and medius kind of meet up. We get that butterfly motif that we talk about. Something like so. This leg is coming slightly towards us. Obviously that his left leg is completely going away from us. We can't even see it. We can see the calf kind of sitting in there. Okay, so our rib cage is about there. That'll do us for now. This arm is, head of the humerus is going to be about here, and this arm is obviously coming towards us. Something like this, right? And then forearm going away from us in this direction. Okay. The other scapula, because his arm is stretched right to the front, you can almost kind of get the sense of the edge of it sitting in this region, right? Kind of like that. Now, this arm pushed back, the scapula is probably sitting about here. Something like that. Then there's some kind of interesting compression on the latissimus. It's kind of bulging there, coming down. You can see that oblique kind of sitting, the compression of the oblique sitting in there. On this side, it's in this region here. Something like so. Got the lumbar muscles of the lower back sitting in here. Something like that. Let's get the mass of this forearm sitting in here. Something like that. Hamstring sitting in this region. Roughly in there. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. Tricep. Coming from obviously the scapula and the humerus, attaches at 2 points. Triceps coming down this way, meeting up with our elbow, kind of sitting in this region. And bicep sitting in here. Just pushing and pulling proportions a little bit. Now we can see, just coming off the trapezius here, we can very, very faintly see the tricep, or the trapezius coming down to about here, right, that V. Can't really see it on the other side, but I want to suggest it, just if for no other reason, to bring some visual interest. Gonna be sitting in there. Something like that. Gonna need to do a bit of pushing and pulling as we go. Wrist is about here. This hand coming down this way. Thanks, Lulu. Yeah, doing good, thanks. Yeah, something like that. Okay, let's commit here a little bit. And I'm just going to push and pull just a tiny bit. Hopefully bring a little bit more tension here and there. So we got really got interesting set of shapes coming in here. Something like that. Yeah, that'll do for now. I think this buttock is generally a bit smaller than I've drawn it, so I'm gonna adjust that a little bit. It's kind of more coming in this kind of region, I think. But I won't commit to that just yet. Let's come across the form. I think I need to pull this up just a tiny bit. And pull this in a little bit. And let's try and be careful with some of these shapes. Maybe more, a little bit more like that. Then coming up to the scapula up here. Something like that. Yeah. Okay, let's move over to this arm. We can kind of just see a peak of the pectoral sitting in here. Now, let's do this side. And then head of the tricep. Sitting in there. Yeah, something like that. And then coming up the trapezius, and obviously from the perspective where dealing with, we can't see how the neck is connected in a easy way, but we know roughly what's going on there. Okay. Like that. Okay, let's keep going. Hand sitting in here. So let's just come back to this. We've got a slight tilt here. And obviously he's got his shorts on, which will indicate. So they're coming around the form, getting this kind of S shape. Sitting in there. Okay. So, because I made the adjustment to the size of those ideas, this is all going to change too, obviously. The calf is probably connecting about there now. Okay, calf is revealing itself here, coming down like this. All right. Got some tension going on. From the scapula there. Oh, it's too dark. Okay. We've got this kind of banding going on. Yeah, something like that. That's 17 minutes. Okay. Gonna do a little bit of tonal work just to help describe form, as we tend to do. Okay, so our primary light is coming from up here, right? And we can kind of see, get a sense of what's in tone. So let's try and suggest some of that. It is subtle. But, you know, between what's in the reference and a little hint of kind of conceptual light, I think we'll be okay. I'm going to ignore the light source coming from down here. You can see there's a secondary light illuminating his leg from this side. I think I would rather just kind of stick to more of kind of like a single light source kind of concept. So the light's coming from this side, so I have a cast shadow here, and our core shadow. We come down the form around here. Once again, light's coming from here. Just need to think for a second. Okay, light. Okay, so there'll be shadow here. Half tone, really. Something like that. Hopefully it'll all make sense when we start blocking it in. Okay. Okay, so now let's come back up here and get some shadow onto this tricep. He's sitting in there. Light coming from there. I think we might have a little bit of core shadow here, and then we'll just put that into tone. Something like that. Yeah, when I look at the reference directly next to my drawing on the screen, I've kind of missed a little bit about the essence of what the pose is saying as far as the turn in space, but yeah, it's okay. And as I said, we'll put all of that in tone in there. Yeah, another pose, Margot, after this one. Indeed. Something like that. Yeah, I'm not... You know, if you turn off the reference, maybe the drawing stands alone, but there was some nice... I think I could have probably pulled in here a little bit more. Probably could have pulled somewhere into there. That might help give it just a little bit more rhythm. Got to be careful, you don't want to overdo it, but I think even that helps slightly. All right, now let's just give a quick blend in here. And just soften a couple of edges. Something like that. And then we'll just pull some tone around the form a little bit like that. Just kind of helps bring a little bit of tension. You don't want to overdo it, but a little bit can go a long way. Okay. Yeah. This is still a bit clunky. This should be in there. Oh well. It is what it is. Just punch up a couple of these lines again. Should have used a protractor. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Nah. Nah. What are you gonna do? Well, do it right. One could argue. Anyway. Yeah, you could push and pull a little bit more probably, but you know. What do you think? Pulling in there probably would help. Okay. Or, you know, we could just cover it in fancy tone and swishes and flurries of light and make it a bit more dramatic, but all right, I'm gonna call it on that one. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna do the same pose from the front, and I think this one's actually going to be a bit more complex, so this should be interesting. All right. Next pose. Let me pull it up. There we go. There's the front. Sprinkle some glitter on the page. Yeah, that's what I should do, right? Glitter. What a horrible thing. All right, let's move on. You see, without the reference there, it doesn't look as bad. Okay. Yeah, I think this front pose is going to be a challenge. That's the idea though, right? All right, put that pencil to the side. Let's get a fresh one. Thanks, Margot. Always appreciate the support. All right, front pose. Yeah, this is going to be a bit complex. Let me reset the timer. Okay. Let's do it. Oh, there we go. Let's find pectoral. As you know, when I'm doing these kind of poses, I like to find where the neck connects early. Then yeah, this will be kind of like pectoral coming down this way. Then we'll go into our stretch down in this direction, somewhere in there. Nubrium. The clavicles pushing right up. That's this way. This arm obviously going way back. this clavicle coming up this way, head of the humerus is going to be about here. That will do us for now. Oblique is going to be about there. Aces is there, about there and there. Lower torso sitting in here. Oh, the pose changed. What happened there? How weird. All right. Changed. Sorry about that, guys. I'm drawing from a different screen. I didn't realize that had happened. That's what happens when you hit the keyboard and there's a shortcut you didn't know about. Okay, so if bottom of the torso is here, the knee, because it's so foreshortened, the knee is probably sitting about here. Tibia coming down this way. Something like that. This leg, okay, in this direction. Oblique is here, and you can see his leg, the top curvature of the upper leg is there. But then if we're using this oblique line as our point of measurement, this thigh comes out to about here. It's going to be sitting in this neighborhood. Thanks for the technical support there, Lulu. Appreciate it. He had one job. Okay, the box of the knee is going to be sitting here. Obviously, that is created by the epicondyles, or condyles, epicondyles, of the both the femur and the tibia. And the tibia coming down, sitting in there. Something like that. Inguinal ligament coming down in there. Nice, really interesting kind of crease, creates this type of shape, and then kind of goes up like this. So it's really like it's more just kind of an observation at this point. I'll decide how to clarify that in a bit, but for now, that will do us. See the gluteus medius sitting in here. You can actually see the tensor fasciae latae even under his shorts, kind of sitting in there. Rectus femoris coming down this way like this. Anyway, that will do us for now. Let's get up to the up to the business end of the arms. See what's going on here. Elbows about here. certainly gets us in the ballpark. Understand that the humerus is coming down this way, and then the forearm going away from us, kind of sitting in here. Wrist is about here. Forearm sitting in there. Deltoid. Tricep. Sitting in there. Biceps going to be there. Kind of get a hint of the scapula or the latissimus that's being influenced by the scapula. Kind of sitting in this region, right? Something like that. There's some lovely shapes going on here. You can see that lat kind of, the mass of that lat kind of coming down this way and going around the form, right? So we'll certainly want to emphasize that. You see the serratus very clearly coming in here and weaving with the ribs. It kind of does this type of thing, the serratus and the ribs. And that kind of works into this idea too, so that will be nice. The deltoid. Sitting in here, it's an interesting shape that's going on there. Sitting approximately in there. You can see that head of the tricep. And there. Brachioradialis coming in. You can see how it overlaps, right? All the way up here. Connects to something called the brachial ridge on the humerus, and yet I know that, and yet I can't find it in an anatomy book, the brachial ridge. So there you go. Elbow, and the bulk of this forearm sitting in here. Just obliques sitting there. Navel is pretty much where this lovely shape is here. Coming down this way. Okay, so as we established, clavicles coming up this way. And then we've got the, just very loosely, the mass of the deltoid sitting in here. And then the pull of that pectoral muscle sitting in this region. Get that kind of idea. And then, yeah, look how pulled back this elbow is. So we see very little of this bicep in there. And then the forearm kind of coming back towards us. Sternocleidomastoid going this way. You can see that trapezius sitting there. We've got the pectoral kind of pushing there. Easier sitting in there. Excuse me. Okay. Something like this. That'll do us for now. Okay. Now we've got some quite complex thing going on with these hands. I think we'll be well served from trying to keep it as simple as possible. Which might be easier said than done. And then we've got this, the hand here. We'll just kind of suggest that in there. It's actually a little bit closer to this thigh. I think we can actually, oh no, the thigh is here, we're okay. Okay. I'll hopefully find a way to simplify all this as we get in and tie down a bit. Yeah. Move the manubrium down slightly. Clavicles sitting in here. Okay. A lot going on with this one. So let's find something relatively central to use as our kind of our anchor. I'm tempted to actually go with this deltoid up, start here. Sitting in there. Bicep. Got this brachioradialis coming down this way. Turn up here, and then we go down into the hand. Coming around that form. Something like that. Okay. Yeah, so I can see I need to push out a little bit of volume on this side. Maybe pull in a tiny bit on this side, but not much. Maybe about that there. See, I already feel like it's kind of wide enough. Oblique sitting in here. be really kind of, it's a balancing act between being faithful to what's going on in the reference, but also not messing with my proportions too much. I think I can live with that. This oblique is really hanging off the iliac crest. This gluteus medius coming down this way. Okay. Okay, so deltoid, trapezius is in there. Excuse me, bicep. Kind of sitting in here. YouTube friendly trousers, yeah. Oh, YouTube just gave me another 3-month strike against my channel because of a link I had to Grafit reference. You know the way in the description of each video I put a link to the reference? Well, the link is what they had the problem with. And just, yeah, gave me a strike, another 3-month strike. Another 3 months where they won't promote my channel. Super frustrating. Spent most of the afternoon onto an AI chatbot that claimed to be a real person that did not talk like a real person. Anyway, it was super, super frustrating. But here we are. So yes, gotta try and, so you will not find a link to the reference from now on in the description of the video. I will though put a link to the full reference pack on the members page on my website. It's the only way I can do it. Otherwise I'm just, you know, it's not gonna work. Anyway, I don't want to be on here complaining to you guys. Just thought I'd mention it. Really loved it. Love this crease. There's another secondary one. Maybe we'll hint at it. But I don't want to start getting into all of these little creases and stuff because they can get quite distracting. Okay. I'm just suggesting where his trunks are there. So we have it, if nothing else, as kind of point of reference. It's useful for measurement. Gives us a chance to do some creases. There. Okay. Something like that. There's just a lot going on, isn't there? Like, as far as just different anatomical ideas that we need to be mindful of. There is always the fear with a drawing like this, especially when it's a longer pose like this. Half the balancing act becomes trying to maintain the life in the drawing. It's so easy with these longer poses for something to get lost in translation, you know? Anyhow. Yeah, something, I think my proportions of the head are off. My head is way too small. Let's see if there's a quick fix here. So Munubram's actually down here. Chin is out there. Nose is lower. That kind of works. It's a bit better. Right, let's excuse me, let's get some light and tone on this. And once again, I'm going to kind of ignore the light coming from this side and going to follow the light on this side. What is this you're saying, Lulu? On the bright side, be glad you're not from my country. To my knowledge, it's an outdated but active law that it's basically YouTube terms of service about not safe for work. Oh, really? Oh, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, look, man, we're weird times. I feel like we're going in the wrong direction. You know, when I was a kid, I really thought, well, look, things can only get better, right, as we get more evolved as a society. Apparently not the case. This is actually quite tricky because of so much of this is actually going to end up in shadow. So maybe we do have to think about how we want to treat this before I go any further. Let me just think for a second. I think I'm going to cheat a little. Once again, I'm gonna fall back on a bit of conceptual light here. Because I want to keep things like this illuminated. Even some of this chest I think would be nice to have in light. I'm going to try this. I may or may not succeed. There'd be lights coming from here. There'd be a cast shadow sitting in here. Then we could have this in light, turn of form. Same thing here, cast shadow, core shadow. You'd have some. Yeah, it's always tricky. Once again, cast shadow coming off the head. I think this will work. And I want to keep some of this illuminated down here too, within reason. Once again, cast shadow coming off here, coming around the form, cast shadow. This will be in tone. Maybe we leave that in light. All right. And then it'd be nice to core shadow. And once again, I'm going to cheat, even though most of this is in shadow. I'm actually going to, we're doing a bit of fakery here with the light source. Core shadow coming down. Let's start blocking some of this in so we can get a sense of where we're at. And then shadow. Hello, Brennan. How you doing? Okay, let's just blend a little bit, and then we'll see where we're at and see what adjustments we need to make. I'm not drawing the sword. We could suggest it as a stick, but I really think I can afford to not draw it at all, and I'd rather not draw a weapon, so I'm going to leave it off. Yeah, exactly. You know, it is a bit frustrating with these reference packs. I do get it. Like they're trying to serve a particular market, but I just get tired of seeing reference packs with guns and knives and axes and weapons. It's just, you know, would rather not see all that nonsense. Anyway. Yeah, broomstick would be fine, right? All right. I think I'm done. Not great. Not great. Very complex pose though. You know, a lot going on. And it's kind of like half the challenge is just kind of getting everything in the right place. But as I was saying earlier, the fear with something like that is you end up losing something in translation, you know, with these slower poses. But that's maybe just me. Anyway, it's good to get a bit of practice in. Get the weekend started. And yeah, it's all good. Yeah, you know, the thanks Lulu, adding the tone for the pectorals. It's one of those things we know it to be there, so because it's in shadow, we're not really seeing any of that, but it is a kind of a nice thing to add. And this drawing is absolutely filthy. Anyway, I think that's a wrap, folks. I actually think this would have been a better pose to have just done as a 5-10 minute job, you know? Probably would have kept more of the life in it. Such is life. Headed to an alpaca festival, Margot. Nice. That should be fun. Yeah, take pictures. Draw some alpacas. Why not? A festival of alpacas, a celebration of alpacas. I like it. Why not? Why not indeed? It's definitely worse ways to spend your weekend. All right, folks, I think I'm going to call it. I think it's unlikely there'll be any stream over the weekend. If I happen to wake up on Sunday and feel particularly inspired, maybe I'll do something. But I think what we should do is we should assume that Monday is where we will be going, or when we will meet again. And yeah, let's plan on that. Usual time, 5 o'clock. And in the meantime, do me a favor. Thank you, Cookie Monster. Appreciate it. Yes, wear safety glasses to see the alpacas. Guys, it's been fun. Good little practice. Those were tough poses, but worth doing. I will see you Monday. In the meantime, thank you, Cookie Monster. I do appreciate I do appreciate the compliment. Thanks so much, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Do me a favor, if you wouldn't mind, hit the like button on the way out. If you're watching this on YouTube and you happen to be a Twitch subscriber also, would you do me a favor and give me a follow over there? The Twitch channel is new and it could really use some love. So the more people that follow over there, the more chance of it getting seeded into Twitch's algorithm and the more people that will see it, because we need to get the stream out into the mainstream. But guys, thanks a lot. Really, tell your friends. Every Monday and Thursday, 5 o'clock GMT, we meet for long sessions, a couple of hours, and then I do these dailies every now and again. And for the dailies, you get to see the reference. For the Monday and Thursdays, if you want to see the reference, become a member. You'll see a link in the community chat and you'll have access to the high-res reference that is hosted on my website. So, with all of that said, thanks for joining me, and most importantly, take care of yourselves. Have a great weekend, and I will see you on Monday. All right, cheers guys. Bye.